exactly right. You're right. Okay. Am I on? Hello. Can you hear me out there? I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for coming to our council meeting and say welcome to our new council chambers. And it's nice to see so many interested people in our community and to be engaged in what's going on in our community. So thank you for coming tonight. And with that, I will call our meeting to order. And the first thing I'll do is ask the city clerk for a roll call.
The record will reflect that all members are present.
Okay, and I'd like to thank Reverend Michael Carr, All Saints Episcopal Church, who's going to lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. And if you'll remain standing after the Pledge of Allegiance, we'll do the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Grant, O God, that your holy and life-giving Spirit may so move every human heart, and especially the hearts of those gathered for this council meeting, that barriers which divide us may crumble, suspicions disappear, hatreds cease, that our divisions being healed, we may live in justice and peace. In God's most holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend Carr. With that, we're going to ask our city manager, Geldert, whether for the approval of the agenda, if there's any changes or anything added or deleted to the agenda.
Mayor and Council, there are no additions or deletions to the agenda.
Okay. Prior to our meeting, we had a closed session, and a closed session actually is on matters of litigation and other matters allowed under the state law. And so we'll have our city attorney, Daryl Piper. He's going to give us a report on the closed session.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, the council met in closed session to consider the initiation of litigation, a possibility of 6 cases. Action was taken, but is not required to be disclosed at this time under the authority of Government Code 54957.1.
Thank you. The next thing on our agenda is the presentations. So we have 2 presentations tonight. One is proclamations to our outgoing Miss Pride of Vista and Miss Teen Tri-City, and the introduction of the incoming courts for the Miss Pride of Vista and Miss Teen Tri-City, right? And so I'm going to come down there and read a couple proclamations. And then that will be followed after that. We're going to have a presentation by the representatives of the 2011 San Diego County Fair. So first we'll do the presentations for the Miss Pride of Vista and Miss Teen Tri-City. So first, if Candace Robinette would come up. Candace, smile. Candace was crowned Miss Teen Tri-City on March 13th, 2010. A great honor was bestowed on her, recognizing her character, her confidence, her dedication, and service to the city of Vista and the Tri-City area. Candace has volunteered at various civic and charity events, including the Vista Easter Egg Hunt, MS Walk. She planted trees at Brengle Terrace Park, Vista Village Business Association Strawberry Festival and Rod Run, and the Scottish Highland Games, the Vista Downtown Tree Lighting Ceremony, and the Christmas Gift Give. And she's volunteered in the community service projects during her year as Miss Teen Tri-City, including the Pride of Vista Lions Club annual dictionary distribution to 3rd graders. And she's volunteered and helped raise funds to further nonprofit organizations such as the Pride of Vista Lions Club, Serve San Diego, the Vista Boys and Girls Club, and the Carlsbad Lions Club. Candace also organized a Spotlight Cancer Youth Talent Show, which raised money for Rady Children's Hospital. So we've seen her at a lot of places. Candace has represented the Vista Chamber of Commerce at Sundowners, ribbon cuttings, the Chamber Golf Tournament, Vista Day at the San Diego County Fair, and the Pride of Vista Lions by participating in the Vista Christmas Parade and Oceanside Freedom Days Parade. So whereas during Candace's year as Miss Teen Tri-City, she learned the history of Vista, made lasting friendships, and has learned about the many organizations the city of Vista in North San Diego County, and whereas the Vista City Council thanks Candace for her hard work as Miss Teen Tri-City and her dedication to making the community a better place, and wishes her the best of luck in her future endeavors. So now, therefore, the mayor and members of the Vista City Council do hereby proclaim Wednesday, April 13th, 2011 as Candace Robinette Day in the city of Vista. So tomorrow is your day in the city. So congratulations. This is for you. This is the proclamation here for you. And I'll give you a City of Vista pin here while I have you. There's a City of Vista pin. So congratulations. Thank you. The next person is Julia. Is it Emily? Emily. Okay, come on up. Julia was crowned Miss Pride of Vista on March 13th, 2010, due to her noticeable perseverance, intelligence, responsibility, caring nature, and well-rounded personality. And whereas Julia has volunteered for community service projects during her year, including the Pride of Vista Lions Club, annual dictionary distribution to third graders, and she's volunteered at various civic and charity events, including the Vista Easter Egg Hunt, the MS Walk. She also planted trees at Bringle Terrace Park, did the Vista Village Business Association Strawberry Festival and Rod Run, painted a mural, was at the Viking Festival, the Vista Downtown Tree Lighting Ceremony, and the Vista Christmas Give. And whereas Julia has volunteered and helped to raise funds for further nonprofit organizations such as the Pride of Vista Lions Club, Serve San Diego, Vista Boys and Girls Club, the Carlsbad Lions Club, and Rady Children's Hospital. And whereas Julia has made countless appearances at Vista Chamber of Commerce events and ribbon cuttings, including Oceanside Freedom Days Parade. And whereas in Julia's year as Miss Pride of Vista, she learned the history of the city of Vista, made lasting friendships, and has learned about the many organizations in both the city of Vista and North San Diego County. And whereas the Vista City Council thanks Julia for her hard work as Miss Pride of Vista and her dedication to making the community a better place, and wishes her the best of luck in her future endeavors. So now, therefore, the mayor and the members of the Vista City Council do hereby proclaim Thursday, April 14th, as Julia Emily Day in the city of Vista. So congratulations. Okay, and then I think they're going to come up and introduce the new court. And who is going to do that? I want the new court to come up here. Come on, girls. Julia's going to introduce them? Okay. Oh, and Candace? Okay. Okay, so you want to introduce the new court? Here you go.
Okay, so we have our new court for Miss Teen Pride of Vista. Miss Teen Pride of Vista 2011 is Jordan Colger. Her first princess is Taylor Atchison. And her second princess is Miranda Hopkins.
And our new Miss Pride of Vista 2011 is Katie Wyatt. Her first princess, Brianna Machakowitz. And her second princess is Natalie Stewart. She's not here. But yay! Thank you.
So congratulations to all the girls. Congratulations, girls. We look forward to seeing a lot of the new ones at the ribbon cuttings. We see them everywhere, so they'll have a busy year ahead of themselves. The next thing we're going to have a presentation by Janelle Sebastian and Emily Jones regarding the San Diego 2011 County Fair presentation.
Hello. Ahead of time, our PowerPoint's a little bit, we have a revised version. The one we sent you guys is a little bit outdated, but so excuse us if we kind of try to figure out who's saying what. So my name is Janelle. This is Emily. We're from the Del Mar Fairgrounds. We're interns this year in the marketing department. This year, the San Diego County Fair is going to be open on Friday, June 10th, and it's going to end on Monday, July 4th. The fair is going to be closed every Monday except for that July 4th date. Okay. The fair is an excellent value. Admission is only $13 for adults, $7 for children ages 6 to 12, $7 for adults of ages 62 and older, free for children under 5, and tickets are available at your local Albertsons or online through your Ticketmaster or at the fair itself. Parking is $10 per vehicle, but a good way to save money is to park in our off-site locations, and there's going to be provided free trams, so that's a great way to save $10 right there. Okay, and okay. This year we have something called the Best Pass Ever, which is a very, very good investment if you plan on having a lot of fun this summer. It's 22 days for only $22, so if you compare that to the general admission price of $13, it's a really great deal. So I really recommend buying that pass.
Okay, and then this year at the fair, we've got our car theme. So we've got lots of fun car exhibits. We've got exotic and luxury cars, American muscle cars, lowriders, woodies, convertibles, hot rides. We're also going to have a NASCAR simulator ride, so that should be fun for everybody of all ages. And we've got a big lineup of really hot and upcoming artists at our Toyota Summer Concert Series on the Grandstand stage. We've got big names like Pat Benatar and Bruno Mars, Switchfoot, and everyone from country to pop to gospel. And then we also have our other stages, which aren't as big as the Grandstand, but still have some really exciting names coming. We've got our Coors Light Rock On stage and our Paddock Concert Series. In our Del Mar Arena, we have our really fun free shows. We've got animal shows and competitions, the Viejas Fire Expo, various motor sports showcases, dance competitions, and much more. And all those shows, again, are free with admission, with the exception of the San Diego International Beer Festival, which is the 5th annual beer festival, and it's a really big event that we are proud of at the Del Mar Fairgrounds.
Okay, other ways to save money is to come on Tuesdays during the fair. On June 14th, it's a special $3 ticket. You could get that ticket at your local Albertsons. So if you do plan on coming on that day, just make sure you purchase your ticket beforehand because at the fairgrounds, the tickets are going to be normal prices of $13 and so on. So, and every Tuesday, we are bringing back Kids Day, which is going to be every kid is free. That is, yeah, sorry. And we are also bringing back $2 Taste of the Fair. For only $2, you can get smaller sample type portions so that you can have a chance to have a bunch of different types of foods. Okay. Other special days at the fair this year include Pepsi Pay One Price Ride Day, which is every Wednesday and Thursday. You have an access to unlimited rides for only $30, so that'll save a lot of money rather than buying a bunch of little tickets for the rides. And there's also the Penny Saver Coupon Book, which is free every Friday. It's included with admission. Every Thursday is Seniors Day, where we have events and entertainment that appeal to older fairgoers. Every Sunday is Dia de la Familia, where we have events and entertainment showcasing the richness of Mexican culture.
And some of the performance contests that are going to be going on, like Superstar and Capella Sing Off, are really big, fun, highlighted events going on at the fair this year. They're a lot of fun. They're smaller little events, but they're still a big part of the fair and what we like to do there. Just continuing on, we've got a lot of contests going on, and it's not something that's highlighted as one of our events at the Del Mar Fair, or at the San Diego County Fair, excuse me, but it is a fun time, and it's entertaining for everybody. And just some more. And some more. As you can see, there are quite a few. And some of the other special events that we're going to have this year are car shows, obviously, since our theme is Race to the Fair, and we have a car theme. Culinary Arts Series, we have our Enviro Fair, which is a pretty cool event this year. We have Motorcycle Ride to the Fair, the International Beer Festival, which I mentioned earlier, our 7th Annual Gospel Festival, and of course the 4th of July. Our closing day is the 4th of July. We've got a big fireworks celebration. It's a lot of fun for everyone. And there you go. Oh, okay. And then just in closing, if you want any more information, of course, our website is sdfair.com. Any info regarding attractions, exhibits, concerts, the food, rides, promotions, tickets, anything like that. Thank you. We appreciate all your time.
Thanks, Janelle and Emily, for your presentation. That's very nice. The fair is always lots of fun in the summer.
Yeah, hope to see you there.
Yes. The next thing on our agenda is the consent calendar, and they're items C1 through C8. And a consent calendar, all those items are considered by one vote without discussion unless a member of the council or the public pulls one of the items off. So I don't have any requests to speak from any members of the public. So does anybody from the council want to pull something?
C7.
So Councilman Aguilera is pulling C7, which is the Wave Water Park Solar Project. Is anyone else? If there's no other things that want to be pulled, then I would entertain a motion for the balance of the consent calendar.
I would move adoption of the balance of the consent agenda.
I can second that.
Okay. Everyone, please vote. The motion passes unanimously. Okay, the next we're going to talk, we'll have a, do you want to report or you just want
Yeah, I'd like
questions?
to hear the report on it, please.
Okay, we'll have a short report on the Wave Water Park Solar Project.
We decided to do a solar project for the Wave to heat the pool and provided, as part of a CIP project, evaluated and prepared an engineer's cost estimate and plans and specs to go out for bid. We went out for bid. We received a number of bids back and determined that they were all higher than our engineer's estimate. And we felt that in addition to that, we were coming up on the summer season, so we had to make a decision as to whether or not we wanted to do something sooner or later. We felt that we could go back and review the specs and prepare something a little tighter and get a better price. And we had some time with the summer coming to do that, so we decided to recommend rejecting the bids in order to pursue some alternatives with the design and come back to council in the future.
Also, there was a question regarding the recovery time on this, and it's 3 to 5 years is recovery on this, so it's much better than what I thought it was, about 10. And so I think that there was a question also if there were any other maintenance features that would be improvements.
If there was any maintenance that needed to be done, and that this improvement would cover some of that maintenance cost as well. In other words, there was already necessary maintenance that needed to be done, or routine maintenance that needed to be done, and by doing this solar, we might be fixing some of that maintenance with this contract, or is this just additional?
We're not aware of any maintenance that this would account for. It was an energy savings measure for the heating of the pool.
Okay, but you think you can get something better than the 114 that was?
That's what we're shooting for, yes, definitely.
And it's a 3 to 5 year? Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Councilmember Lopez, followed by Councilmember Gronke.
Thank you, Mayor Ritter. On the report, it lists all the companies. Maybe it's just an error, but I'd like to see the numbers on what the bids are. All you have is names, but I don't.
Right here.
No.
I believe the base bid amounts are listed as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Councilmember Gronke.
My question goes back to recovery time. There's an engineer's estimate at $96,000, and the lowest bid is probably $20,000 more than that. Was your estimate on recovery time based on the engineer's bid?
Yes, it is based on an engineer's bid.
So it could go well above that time frame then?
It could go up to what we calculated would be like about a year to 2 added to it.
Okay.
If it went at that price.
Okay, but still within a realistic
Yes.
time frame. All right.
Councilmember Aguilera.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Please vote. Motion passes unanimously. The next thing on our agenda will be public hearings. And we're going to, the first public hearing is regarding right-of-way permit fees. And those, so let's see, a right-of-way permit is required for any work that occurs within the public right-of-way, which typically the work's performed by the public utility companies on city streets. So we'll have a report first, and then we'll open it for questions. So should I open the public hearing?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. John Conley, Community Development Director. This is a follow-up of an item that was discussed when we came before you to discuss the budget in February of this year. We reported that in looking for ways to recover revenue that we felt our right-of-way fees were less than what they should be, and that we would like to come back with a study and recommend a change, and we've done that. We've evaluated the fee based on our staff time that we spend doing them. We have made available the information prior to the meeting and noticed it in accordance with the government code. Essentially, the fee was $420 for the cost of a permit. We're recommending an increase up to $670. And that summarizes my staff presentation.
I don't have any speakers on this. So anybody from the council have a question? Oh, Councilmember Coles, followed by Councilmember Gronke.
Oh, my screen's gone crazy. I pushed a button, but my only comment is that, I reviewed this. It all looks in keeping with our efforts to try to just recover costs. I don't think there's anything outlandish in this proposal.
Councilmember Gronke, followed by Councilmember Lopez.
I agree with Mr. Coles, or Councilmember Coles, and would like to close the public hearing and approve and vote for approval. Okay,
so we have a motion. Councilmember Lopez has comments.
One question, Mr. Conley. These 420 is mostly for public utility companies that come in and rip up the streets, and a general contractor, who's building like a home or something that's coming into our roads. Do they pay the same amount?
Yes. The majority of these permits are pulled by public utilities that do work within the right-of-way, but occasionally when you have a private developer that needs to do work within the right-of-way, they'll pay a similar fee. It's all based on the recovery of our staff time to send an inspector. And an inspector would go out for either a public project or a private project.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so did I have a second?
I'll
Councilmember Aguilera?
Yeah, I'll
Mayor Pro Tem
second it.
Aguilera? Okay. Okay. We have a motion and a second, and you close the public hearing, right? Yes. Okay. Everybody vote. Motion passes unanimously. The next public hearing we're going to have is the application for the FTA Section 5310 grants funds from the California Department of Transportation, which is Caltrans sponsors a grant program that provides local and nonprofit organizations the opportunity to purchase vehicles specifically for the provision of transportation service for the elderly and disabled persons. And the application requires a public hearing to be conducted to verify the lack of nonprofit organizations available to provide these transportation services. So we'll hear a short report. We'll open the public hearing and hear a report from
Good evening, Mayor, members
Bill.
of the council. Bill Fortmuller, Assistant Director, Recreation and Community Services. To my right is Mary Dreibelvis, our Community Services Manager over both of our Senior Nutrition and Senior Services divisions. And Ms. Dreibelvis will be doing the report tonight.
Good evening. We're submitting a request for grant funds through the California Department of Transportation, commonly known as Caltrans, to purchase a bus for our Out and About Senior Transportation Program. The funds stem from the FTA Section 5310 that specifically provides vehicle funds for specialized and elderly transportation. The Out and About program has been providing door-to-door transportation to Vista seniors for over 11 years. And the two-part program includes a shuttle service and also a private vehicle volunteer mileage reimbursement program. The goal, of course, is to help seniors maintain their independence by linking them to necessary services when they no longer drive. And this year, we expect to provide over 12,750 one-way shuttle trips and reimburse close to 35,000 miles. The shuttle portion of Out and About operates 2 vehicles, which provide transportation to approximately 650 seniors in the community. And the funds will be used to replace a 16-passenger bus with a wheelchair lift. It's over 12 years old, has over 100,000 miles. And the new bus will also seat 16 passengers with a lift, and it'll have 2 tie-downs for wheelchairs, which is an addition for us. As far as the fiscal impact, the grant request is for $75,000. The good news this year is that Caltrans is not requiring any match funds, so they will be using toll credits to make up the match. And we're here today because as part of the application process, a public agency must hold a public hearing to certify that no nonprofit agency is readily available to provide the senior transportation services which the city proposes to fund through the grant. In addition to the public notice for the hearing, letters were sent to local nonprofit organizations notifying them of the public hearing. And that concludes the presentation, and we'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Councilmember Lopez, followed by Councilmember Gronke.
Thank you, Mayor Ritter. Well, it's free money for a free bus, so that's grant money, so that's a positive thing. I'd like to thank our staff for working as hard as they do, because they look for that money, and without hunting for that money, we wouldn't receive some of these things. So, thank you very much. Also, I noticed it's 12 years that we've had that vehicle, 12 years of service. I believe, do we maintain our own trucks, our own vehicles?
Yes.
Our maintenance department out there, mechanics, whatever you want to call it, they've done a great job maintaining those vehicles. They look good when they're out there in the street. They've done a great job. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Gronke.
Well, you rarely come before this council, so I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for everything you do for our seniors.
Thank you
You've
very
done a
much.
Great job. Talk about the replacement of this bus. What happens to the old bus? Do we have an opportunity to receive any income off of that, any revenue off of the resale of that?
Actually, it's kind of a unique arrangement. It's owned by the County of San Diego, and they've loaned us this bus. We're both on title, so it will go back to the county for salvage.
Okay.
So,
okay. And so if and when we get this new bus, it has 2 opportunities for people to be lifted off, or that those are
right.
disabled?
It'll have 2 tie-downs, which when you have 2 people in wheelchairs, we're only able to accommodate 1 right now.
So it's not uncommon to have 2 people that might want the lift.
It's not uncommon.
Got it. One last thing, just about the process of how you utilize these buses. Does someone call in and then you go to their home?
They do. There's an application process. We make sure they qualify for the program, and then they call in for rides. We serve different areas of Vista, and we shop only Vista. So they go grocery shopping, to the bank, errands, medical appointments, you name it.
And they also bring people to the center
And they also
for
bring
lunch.
people to the center.
Good, good. Well, I love the idea there's no matching
Yes,
component to
yeah.
this, because considering our financial restraints, it's a good thing. So unless someone else needs to speak, I'll go ahead and close this public hearing and make a motion for this item.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Everyone, please vote. Motion carries unanimously. The next thing on our agenda is oral communications. This section provides the public with the opportunity to speak on any item which doesn't appear on the agenda. State law prohibits our city council from taking action on the items not listed on the agenda. So in order for us to stay on schedule, each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. And do we have our light now? Is our light down there yet? Yes, we have our light now. We haven't had that for a while. So the green light means proceed. The yellow light means you have 30 seconds left, and red light means stop. Time is up. Okay, so we have 2 speakers this evening, and Anyone else who would like to speak can fill out a speaker slip that's in the back, on the back table in the back out there. So our first speaker will be Mario Carrillo, who's Vice President of the Vista Village Business Association.
Good evening, and thank you for letting me speak tonight. My name is Mario Carrillo. I'm the Vice President of the Vista Village Business Association. We're located at 150 East Broadway downtown. Coming to speak before you to give you an update on the association. I know we've been a lot in the press lately and have a lot of attention to us right now, but I'd like to report that we are making progress. We have 2 new members coming back up on the board of directors. We have Sonic coming back up, and we have Embroidery Image. We're also trying to do a recruiting drive for most of our committees and our board membership. I'd like to say also that we are making it a real situation now where we account for every dollar that we invest for the good of the membership. For every penny, we want to be accountable. So we want to have a good flow from here on in. I know the history of the organization has executive directors behind it. We're deciding to make a different turn at this point. We're going to be using interns, which we have been using. We have a special executive meeting tomorrow night to choose an events coordinator for the events and also an administrator for the administrative staff. Both decisions that we make will be cost-cutting decisions. Also, it'll probably be set up more like what the chamber's using right now. The main thing, our main focus right now is to get the organization in a positive light. The main thing is that we're trying to do as a board is we're trying to utilize everybody on the board that we have to, to expand and to help our membership as a whole, service the whole organization as a whole. And I think in the past what has happened is that we've kind of been narrow thinking about that. And with these changes, we open it up. We better serve our community. And in the long run, it's a better service to anyone. So if you have any questions for me, I'm willing to take them.
Thanks.
I do.
Oh, you have a question, John? Go ahead. Sorry. Mayor Pro Tem Aguilera.
Yeah, I read in the paper that your audit was put off, and I would like to find out if you can answer why, and then second of all, when you plan on having that audit, because I know that your organization is up for grant, or not grant money, but money from the city and our redevelopment agency, and I'd like to see an audit before we move forward with that.
Yeah, we would like to see that as well. I'd say it's more of a careful type of planning for an audit. It has to do with funding right now, what we're able to do, like maybe a limited audit. We would like to have an expanded audit later on. So as of right now, we've been in touch with Kevin Ham's office and trying to figure out the best way to provide an audit for the association. And we're working on those details as we speak. And we're trying to do it as quickly as possible, but at the same time, our funding is limited. So that's like a number one priority for our organization to get a hold of.
Well, I know that for myself personally, I think the city would like to see, like a full audit before we start giving money. So if it is a matter of money, I'm just speaking on my behalf.
Sure.
But I would be willing to front you the $1,000 from the city so we can get this audit done before we give you 40.
I would say that that has been discussed, and we are definitely looking toward that situation. It was discussed on how we could have the opportunities of opening up those funds so that we can do a very complete and thorough audit.
Okay.
So I think what you're saying is exactly the move we're trying to go into. So
it's good to hear.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So only one more thing, if I may, about the skateboard park. I want to thank Judy Ritter for attending our last meeting, and we definitely want to get a hands-on approach on the skateboard park. I've been in conversation with several entities of the skateboard park, including Councilman Lopez. Also, I've made calls to Rob Diedrich. I hope I have his name right. He's a skateboard pioneer that's on MTV. He has Rob and Rig, and then he has another one. I don't know exactly the term, but he's on MTV. What he does is he's a skateboard connoisseur. He's like Tony Hawk and Shaun White. His thing is that he has built several skateboard parks around the United States. He's helped certain cities to get a skateboard park. So I was in touch with his organization, his executive director, and what they would like from us, from the City of Vista, is a proposal of where to put the skateboard park, and then they would donate building the skateboard park. And there's more into it as far as what we would name it, you know, the beneficiary of who sponsored it and all that. There's still some things to work out, but I do believe that we have an opportunity to get a skateboard park and it being donated and sponsored.
And also, if you talk to Sue Sims and get together with her, because they're organized the skateboarders and they're actually coming with the proposal at some point. So maybe you could get together with them and talk, and then we could all come together as one group and one proposal to the city. Be glad to do that.
Councilmember Gronke had a question for you.
Yes.
And then Councilmember Lopez.
Not a question as so much as just a suggestion. You know, I came on the council years ago. There was 3 organizations that the city was assisting when it came to the business community. That was VITA, the Chamber, and your organization. And about that time, VITA had matured to the point where it wasn't really necessary anymore, and it got absorbed into some of the responsibility of the Chamber. I felt that at that time that the Chamber was in transition, and now it appears that the Chamber is pretty solid and is doing a really good job. I would highly suggest to you that maybe you look to some type of model where you work with the Chamber, become part of the Chamber, because I think their expertise would be very helpful for your organization. So it's just a suggestion, and I think maybe
Sure.
Look into that. Maybe there's something the Chamber could do for you that you could become kind of the umbrella over your organization and assist you with your, into the future.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Councilmember Lopez?
The VBBA concentrates more on the downtown, correct?
That's correct.
So you focus on downtown, the
Right.
downtown businesses. The Chamber focuses through the whole community. And when it comes to downtown events, the Downtown Association are the ones who primarily are the movers and the shakers on that, correct?
That's correct.
So we do have an organization that could really make things happen. I think that over the years that we've had different directors there, and they've had their weaknesses and they've had their strong points. And one of the things that I have noticed, because I have been on their board, I have been the liaison, and it's always the problem that the VBA has always had is that they've never had enough funding to make things happen. They're always nickel and diming, and when you do that, it's like running a business. If you don't have enough funds to keep that thing going or to make things happen, then you have the problems that you have. And so I thoroughly support what you're doing and what you've been doing here lately, because I think you did need a change, and I commend that board for making those changes. And one other thing is that is the BBVA willing to work to have a skateboard park down in the downtown area? Are you there to work with them, or what ideas do you have?
For the skateboard.
Make it quick, because.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to be hands-on at this point. We're excited about the idea. It's another way that we can throw events. As you know, summer music, there could be a possibility of bringing that back, putting a musical event there, or some ideas that will come up. And a good thing is that you have to remember we're all volunteers. Nobody gets paid as far as on the board and all this, and we all volunteer hours on doing this organization. And a lot of us business owners have put extra duty in, as you can imagine, during this time. So we all very care about what happens downtown.
One other thing. I also want to commend the president that you have right now. Him and his wife has spent a lot of hours down there at that office trying to straighten things out, and he's been on it for a while, and he's now to the point where he's going forward with what he's trying to accomplish.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
They've spent a lot of time. They got to be commended.
Thank you very much, and I'll pass the word on. Thank you very much.
Mary, did you talk to the business people downtown about the skateboard park? Have you already talked to them, and that you have are you speaking on behalf of them, or are you speaking on behalf of yourself?
There have been no discussions that I've made yet. We still are working. We haven't really done a survey as to what the business owners would think on that. I'm sure that will be discussed, exactly how we're going to do that. I think what you recommended is there's a lot of us that care about the skateboard park, and all the fractions, like you said, I think if we have one voice, it's going to work a lot better than this one pulling here, this one pulling. If we can all get together and work. Because the presentation that we make to Rob Dydrick, if we're solid in where to put the skateboard park, and we know exactly how we're going to do it, then I think they're going to be more crystal clear that, hey, we want to do it here, and we can donate it, and we can move forward. And then that way we're not spending any money. They're doing the investment.
We also need to hear from the businesses, whether they're in support of it or whatever. So that too.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks. For our next speaker, we have J.C. Wynn. Where's your Santa hat?
Kind of warmed me out. I brought a little flyer.
You can wear an Easter bunny hat. They should have some ears on or something.
I turned the air conditioning up. But Mayor and Council, thanks for having me here tonight. Sorry if I've become a pain in the backside to some of you, calling up about all this stuff, but I just here to report that the 2011 Easter egg hunt for the city of Vista has turned into a full-blown blizzard from the North Pole. The community support has turned out, and this Easter egg hunt is going to be a big deal. We're all in agreement that this event will go on by the community in the future. We're forming up to, from now on, the city won't have to run this kind of stuff, that our community is going to step up and have by next year, have a nonprofit that's going to be right in charge of it all the time from now on. And a couple people that I really like to thank for stepping up right here in the beginning, I like to say, is Eleanor Hutchings. I don't think she knows the word no. She's been right there with me the whole way through. There is a couple little requests from the city. I know we can't afford anything, and we're not asking for any contributions. We got it all financially paid for, and I brought the check for the fees that we're going to put in, the file over there. But I would like to know if we could get on the agenda for the next meeting to have some kind of the fees part that doesn't cost the city anything, but the use of the park, and that kind of stuff. We're going to pay the hours for the staffers that come help us, and we got guys Edco's bringing us trash boxes, and guys are going to come afterwards and pick up trash, and We got Boy Scouts going to come lay eggs, and church groups are going to come help bring all the kids. And if you look at the flyer, we got Zumba, Jazzercise. I'm working on a karate demonstration. And today I was in touch with people to hopefully get the folklore dancers to come out and give a little presentation. Our Pride of Vista princesses are going to come out and paint faces, and I've invited all the local youth organizations if they would like to come out and advertise their youth programs that they're willing to do. And I understand the city is also, rec department is having a recreation sign-up day for all their little rec programs on the same day. So a lot of kids will be in the park. A lot of access will be made to all the kids for all different kind of things on that day. So it kind of turned out really nice. So maybe on the next council meeting, we could be on the agenda for, whatever the city can do. If they can do it, we'd appreciate it. Finally, there was some discussion about I would like to put out some little signs, and I brought one here, and someone told me that it was against the law. And I wasn't sure how could it be against the law, because I see them every election year in the middle of the road, for people that want to get elected. But I'm going to make up about 30 of these and put them on, little things that you can stick out, so when people go by, they'll know we're having Easter egg hunt. And Santa Claus promises to distribute them all, about 30 of them around, and to pick them up by the 25th. So I don't know if there's anything they can do, but if they want to write Santa Claus a ticket, maybe we can put that on the next agenda to get the fees waived if I get fined.
JC,
So,
pushing your luck out there.
Would like to see this sign while I'm talking, so they'll know about, that we're going to have an Easter egg hunt in the city of Vista for the kids, and it don't cost them a thing. So, and that applause is to the whole community, because I'm telling you, corporations, you got to go through all these hoops, but you know what? Mama and Papa, moms and pop places out there, taco shops, any little place. When I walked in, it was a $5 bill, it was a $20 bill, it was a $250 check, and, it adds up. So maybe in the future I can hook up with the city and help them raise funds.
The only thing, Judge, I hate to tell you this, but those signs, the only time, the election signs are legal, but those kind of signs are illegal. But you know what? See if you can get some stores to put them in the window of the stores. So
yeah, well, we were going to do that too. We're just trying to find private property, and so. But I was just going to say though, if one just happened to make it on a city property and they find me, I'll probably come back and
don't do that.
Request a waiver or something. Bail Santa out of jail or something.
We can't fix tickets.
Yeah. And, I like to hope that the city council will place these requests under consideration for the good of the community cause that we're doing here, because the real cause is for the kids. And even though they don't vote right now, someday they're going to be up here taking care of our Social Security, so we better be careful. They might come back and take, something away from us. So anyway, thank you for your time. And the 23rd of April at the Bringo Tourist Park is going to be a really good time. So everybody's invited.
Okay, just a moment. We will, with the consensus of the council, we will place on the April 26th agenda the fee waiver only.
Okay.
Not because you now know that posting those signs around town is against the law, and the council cannot waive that.
I understand.
So,
but we can't put them on private property, though, right?
You can put them on private property in their windows, appropriately placed signs in their windows and other locations that if they approve that. But we also would be happy to put it on the website.
Yeah, I talked
and city Facebook page, and distribute it to our city newsletters. Yeah. And that should help with publicity. But so the only thing on the agenda with the consensus of the council would be the fee waiver.
All righty, I appreciate it all. Thank you, guys. And thank you for everybody's help.
Thanks, JC. Did y'all want to speak again? Okay, I have two people want to speak. Councilmember Lopez and Councilmember Gronke.
Thank you, Mayor Ritter. I want to thank you for the effort that you're doing. I mean, it's out there in Bringo Park. There's a lot of families right now who will really enjoy that this year. I hope you continue to do that. And you've really gone out. I want to thank you for that. And you've done a lot in this community over the years, and you never give up, Santa. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Councilmember Gronke.
Just a few things. Mr. Wind, just so you know, I've known you a long time, and you've never been a pain in the backside. So far. The other thing is, please don't have us send Santa to jail.
Yeah.
It would look really bad for
Would
the
not
city.
be good.
But great job, and we'll be glad to help you out.
Okay, thanks. Okay, with that, I have no more speakers, or no more requests to speak, so we're going to move on to our remarks and the reports from the City Council and the City Manager and the City Attorney. So I think let's start with the City Attorney, Darrell Piper.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I can make it very short. We have nothing further to report today.
Okay. Mrs. Geldert, would you like to, do you have a report for us?
Thank you, Mayor. We're still looking at one of the dates in May for our budget workshop. I'm not quite sure exactly what we're going to land on, but it will probably be off camber with the council meeting, but we will check and see what the most feasible date. We're still holding our breath to see what the state's going to do on their budget, on redevelopment, and anything else that they plan to take away from us. But we're at their mercy, and we're holding our breath to see what's going to happen. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Councilmember Lopez.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, we worry about the budget here, and we've gone through a lot, the community and the city over the last couple of years. But I've talked to many business people here in the last month or two, and a lot of them are saying that business is up a little bit. And so, you know, that's a positive thing that it's up. I predicted in January that by next January we'd all be smiling, and I'm hoping that happens. The only way it's going to happen for you young folks and your parents, shop Vista. If you shop Vista, that money stays here in our community. Then we can have the money to provide you with the services that you look for. It's shop Vista. Thank you. That's all.
Councilmember Coles.
Yes, I look forward to another great spring in the city of Vista. We have a beautiful place to live, and every day I wake up happy to be here. And the problems that we face are certainly minimal compared to some of the other problems facing parts of the world. So thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Aguilera.
The only thing I'd like to add on to what Councilman Cole said is it's nice when people like J.C. Wynn and others in the community, Eleanor, come out and help the community and volunteer. So the positive I think we take from these times is that people do step up and the community grows together and works together to make it better. So thank you, City of Vista.
Councilmember Gronke.
Thank you, Mayor. The one thing I have, last meeting we had a large group of people here talk about a skateboard park in town. And you know, they realized at the time that we didn't have the money. We had promised some money for that, and then we had to take that money back because of some of the hardships that we have financially. But I did sit down with them this week, and they seem like a very reasonable group of people. And I guess my message is going out to those young people I see in the crowd. It's our intentions to try to put a skateboard park in town. We'll do anything we can to work with any organization, and this organization appears to have the wherewithal to do that. It may not happen overnight because the money's not readily available, but if we can find a good location, and we talked a little bit about that today, if we can find a suitable location and we can find the financial resources to do that, it's our intentions to do that. At least I believe that's our intentions, and I think I speak for the entire council when I say that. But we'll do what we can, and we're beginning to move in that process, and there is a group out there, so if anybody in the crowd tonight wants to know more about that group, you can talk to me later, and I can get some information, because as Mr. Aguilera said, the more people that get behind something, the more likely it's going to happen. So let's see if we can pull this one off.
Okay, and I just have a couple of things. One is a report from Sandag, our closed session at Sandag, and I just want to announce it because it'll probably be in the paper soon. But the Board of Directors, after a closed session, and I can't talk about anything about it, I can just give you what they reported out. and the Board of Directors directed the staff to engage in good faith negotiations and to make an offer to purchase certain assets related to the operation of State Route 125, which is a tollway down in San Diego, which is currently leased and operated by South Bay Expressway LP, upon such terms as approved by the board in the closed session and contingent upon the final Board of Directors approval in a public meeting concerning the financing options. So they haven't gone into the financing options, but I can't really discuss all the wherewithal about it, but I just wanted to note that for everyone's information. And then another thing, today I did North County Lifeline. We did, this week is actually National Volunteer Week in the city of Vista, and North County Lifeline has a force of over 125 people that volunteer at the North County Lifeline, and they're just a very worthwhile organization, and they contribute so much to our community. So I just wanted to say thank you to them and all of their volunteers. That the volunteers are the basis of our society, and I think that all of us, all of us volunteer, but it's so worthwhile to do that in our community, and it's so needed during this time. And one other thing I wanted to award or talk about was staffers at North County Times took home 5 awards from the annual competition sponsored by the Suburban Newspapers of America, which is a national trade organization, and our staff writer, C.G. Ross, I don't know if she's back there, I can't, where is she? Is she here tonight? She's behind the window. Okay, I see her back there, yeah. Anyway, so she took second place in the investigative reporting category, so congratulations to C.G. back there. You can congratulate her. So with that, if there are no more comments or anything, we're adjourned. Thank you for coming tonight. It was really rough. Well, I thought it was very...